I love in video games, other than sexy ladies? References to other forms of media. Now, I could just make a countdown of references in video games, but some of the most interesting and cool I found are in Epic Mickey. The developers based the game design on Disneyland and put in a lot of things from it. Some obvious, some not so much. Also, you may be wondering, why is this a top 9? I actually don't know. I guess it just means I have less to edit. Finally, at the time I'm scripting this, I found a bunch of awesome music tracks from video games that I want to use, so please excuse me if some tracks that weren't from the 2 games appear on this list. With that said, let's get cracking. You made an Easter egg joke in a video that isn't about them, you loser. Oh, shut up. To start off this list, we have a reference almost everybody knows about. I mean, just look at the back of the box art. There, you see it? Very clear. Anyway, on Main Street, there's a statue with Oswald and Walt Disney. This is obviously referencing the statue of Walt and Mickey in Disneyland. Yeah, this reference may have almost nothing to it, but it is still pretty cool. Have you heard of this person named Mary Blair? Well, if you haven't, I'll explain her to you. Mary Blair was an artist who worked for Disney. She worked on dozens of concept art for films such as Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan. She also did character designs for rides like It's a Small World. Get the song out of my head. Now you may be asking why I brought her up. Well, in Epic Mickey 1 and 2, the animated cutscenes use her distinct style. Yeah, the developers tried to replicate her artwork as sort of a tribute, and it looks good, though I haven't seen any of her art myself, but who actually is listening to me right now? Some of the side quests in Epic Mickey involve you helping out Horace Horsecollar and his detective agency. One of his cases involves murders committed by the owner of Lonesome Manor who was said to murder her husband using a hatchet. You find the hatchet and the case is closed, but there's way more to this. On the Haunted Mansion ride near the end, you see a ghostly bride who is holding a hatchet. This reference is also good because it's one of those references that almost no gamer will get because they don't go outside. I personally love going outside, so don't judge. When you get to Pete Tronic, he tells you that you're in his arena, but you know, his arena kind of looks like something. I wonder what it is. Oh wait, yeah, his arena looks a lot like Space Mountain, but that's not the only reference. If you were born in the 80s or looked at your parents' movie collection, you would have heard about a film called Tron. Or if you were born in the 2010s, you must have heard about Tron Legacy. And guess what? P-Tronic is just one big Tron reference, from the disc he throws to the color of the arena and himself. So yeah, P-Tronic has multiple references to different forms of sci-fi, and that's what makes him such a cool boss. At number 5, we have a reference that references the game itself. Spatters are the most recurring enemy in the games, and they're pretty easy to destroy. But have you ever noticed something about them? If you take the surroundings of your location in, the Spatters are wearing costumes centered on the location you're in. For example, in Tortuga, the Spatters are all wearing pirate costumes, and in Lonesome Manor, they're wearing top hats and tuxedos, which is actually what the staff wear on that ride. It's kinda cute. Mickey Junk Mountain is a big mountain covered in Mickey memorabilia, and I could have put in a lot of stuff from it. But one reference I found when I watched a countdown made by a countdown artist known as CGS01. When you're next to the door of Oswald's home, take a detour to the left and you'll come across a Mickey invitation. It may seem like a dead end, but if you walk towards it, you can find a hidden basketball court. Seems kind of weird to have this hidden area into the mountain. Well, there is, in fact, a hidden basketball court on the Matterhorn, which is what the level is based off of, that employees who work on the ride can play basketball on their breaks. The unique thing about this area is that the basketball court is not open to any other people, only employees. So this reference many people won't get. Number 3 is the only reference on this list I actually couldn't find on my last playthrough. Not because it's really hidden, but because it's hard to trigger, so I apologize if I can't find any footage. The way to get to all the levels in the game is with the projectors on Main Street. Once all are activated, the gremlin controlling the projectors, Gremlin Marcus, will tell you that there's a secret compartment on the device that works the projectors. He tells you to collect 30 power sparks so you can power the secret door. Once you do, it looks like the door is at the fire station. You You go into the fire station and it looks like there are some e-tickets for you. Seems kind of pointless, doesn't it? Well, in Disneyland again, the second floor on the fire station is actually Walt Disney's apartment. So this is another Easter egg no one will probably get unless you actually work at Disneyland, and in that case, why are you even playing this game? You know, the fourth generation will always be a special time for video games. We got some of the most defining video games of all time, including Chrono Trigger and Super Mario World. So the fourth gen will never leave our hearts, and Epic Mickey kept those memories. To find those memories, we need to pay another visit to Mickey Junk Mountain. Go next to the phone at the bottom of the mountain and look around. You can clearly see some Mickey Mouse games from the Super Nintendo and NES. The games include Disney's Magical Quest and Mickey Mousecapade.
Mickey Mouse? First of all...
Come on, you knew that was coming. Yeah, it's nice that the developers are paying tribute to games on old Nintendo systems, but there's another Nintendo reference that everyone will at least get. I really don't need to explain this reference. You just need to see it to believe it. Tron. Yes, you are seeing this right. They actually put in a Legend of Zelda reference in a game about Mickey Mouse. This makes sense because this game was released on the Wii, home to two of the most controversial Zelda games of all time. Honestly, I can't say anything else. It's the Legend of Zelda. What's more to say? I'm Papa's kid, and the end of Epic Mickey Mouse is almost upon us. And put a lot of things from it. Must have heard about Tron. I messed up the line.